Me llamo Blaine, ¿correcto? Marilyn, describe la situación.
Hay una chica se llama Ginger. Te amos. Oh, hay un chico, te llamas Blaine.
Correcto. Soy un chico, me llamo Blaine, y hay una chica, y ella se llama Ginger. Y Marilyn, tú no conoces a Vivian. Have you heard the word conoce before?
Knows?
No, it's know or meet somebody. So Marilyn, tú no conoces Vivian y tú quieres saber cómo se llama. Pregúntale a Vivian, ¿cómo se llama?
Vivian, ¿cómo se llama?
Me
Vivian.
Correcto.
Me llamo Vivian.
Celebración, correcto. Vivian,
Sí.
Vivian, tú quieres conocerme, pero tú no sabes mi nombre. Pregúntame a mí cómo me llamo.
Hola, chico, ¿cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Blaine. ¿Y tú cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Vivian.
Oh, correcto. Tú te llamas Vivian. Hay una chica, la chica se llama Ginger. Y yo me llamo Blaine y tú te llamas Vivian. Joe, describe la situación.
La situación es, hay una chico, Blaine, y una chica, Vivian, y una chica, no recuerdo porque
Ella se llama
estoy-
Ginger. La chica se llama
Sí, sí.
Ginger.
Se llama Ginger, sí.
Correcto. Hay una chica, la chica se llama Ginger. Hay un chico, soy el chico y me llamo Blaine. Y Ginger es chica 1, Vivian es chica 2.
Breaking up.
Okay, Carol. Hay
Sí.
una chica, chica número 1 es Ginger. Chica número 2 es Vivian. Chica número 2 se llama Vivian. Chica número 1 se llama Ginger. Soy el chico, me llamo Blaine. Describe la situación, Carol.
Hay dos chicas. Chica número 1 se llama Ginger y chica número 2 se llama Vivian. Hay uno chico. Le chico se llama
You're
Blaine.
talking to me this time, on
Oh,
me though.
Okay. Tú eres un chico. Tú se llamaba? No. Tú llamaba? No. Blaine. He?
Okay. So how would you say you
Oh, I'm
call
talking
yourself?
to you.
You're talking
He
to
calls
me, so you say,
himself.
you call yourself Blaine.
Me llama Blaine?
Me llama Blaine
That would be
says,
me.
he calls me Blaine.
Okay.
Like my mom calls me Blaine, would be me llama. But you call is with an S. So it's te llamas. You call
Te
yourself Blaine.
llamas Blaine.
Celebración, correcto.
Woo!
Yeah. This is structure we don't have in English. So this takes a little bit of.
So it's you call yourself Blaine.
Right. It's te llamas. The
Te
two.
llamas Blaine.
Correcto. So Carol, how do you say I call myself?
I wanted to say yo, but it's not yo.
You can say a yo, but it's optional. Yo is not myself. It means I.
llamo. Llamo Carol.
Yeah, now llamo says I call Carol.
Okay. Llamos.
No,
llama.
me llamo. The
Me
me,
llamos.
the me is myself.
Okay.
So you say me llamo Carol.
Me
Meryl.
llamo.
That's right.
Not with an S or with an S, Blaine?
The S makes it you.
Okay.
So
Me
the-
llamo Carol.
Correcto. The S is only when you say you call yourself.
Okay.
Te llamas. And when you're talking about Vivian, it's se llama.
Me
Vivian
llama.
herself, she calls on se llama. Okay. Carol, tú no conoces Vivian y tú quieres saber el nombre de ella. Pregúntale a Vivian cómo se llama.
Tú, Canadá, persona. ¿Cómo se llama?
Hola, me llamo Vivian.
Ah, bueno.
Bien,
Vivian?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Me llama Carol.
Now, me llama says she calls me.
Ooh,
How do you say
having
I
a
call
dick.
myself?
I'm having an
Whatever.
off day.
Whenever you're talking about yourself in Spanish, most of the time, in the present tense, you're going to have an O. Me
Yeah.
llamo.
Me llamo es Carol.
Yeah. Now that says I call myself is.
Me llamo Carol.
Snotty takes a little practice. Good job. All right. Jenny, you want to try it? Jenny, ¿cómo te llamas, Jenny?
¿Cómo te llamas? Me llamo Jenny.
Oh, correcto. Y Jenny, ¿cómo?
Thank you, Carol.
I was just gonna say, I look like
Yeah, but you did so well. Me llamo
Jenny,
Jenny.
¿cómo se llama Vivian? ¿Cómo se llama chica número 2?
Se llama Vivian, chico número 2.
Correcto. Chica número 2 se llama Vivian. ¿Y cómo se llama chica número 1?
Se llama Ginger.
Correcto, se llama Jimmy. Y Jenny, ¿cómo me llamo?
¿Cómo me llamo? Me llamo chico número 1, 2, 3, 4.
I was asking about me and you answered about you.
I'm sorry.
The ¿cómo me llamo says, how do I call myself? So
Tú llamas Blaine.
Yeah, put the te in there for yourself.
Oh, tú te llamas Blaine?
Perfect, there you go. Sí,
Ah,
me llamo Blaine. Correcto.
me llamo Blaine.
Y Jenny, tú no sabes el nombre de Don. Don es un chico. Pregúntale a Don cómo se llama.
Don in Michigan. Hola, Don.
Hola.
This is going to be all wrong. Número uno. I don't even know how to say it. What number are you? Uno.
Don't worry about that. Chico dos. Don is chico dos.
He is?
I just said that. I just
Oh,
added
okay. Because Vivian is.
No,
Sorry.
she's
that.
chica.
Vivian is chica dos. Don is chico
Chica
dos.
dos. Oh, thank you. Yikes. Should I ask? I don't know how, I do not know how to ask him. Don, le pregunta número uno chica? No, número dos chica.
Okay, me llamo,
Don, ¿cómo te
Me-
llamas?
me llamo Don.
Correcto.
Jenny, ¿cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Jenny.
Sí,
You asked me what my name is.
Celebración, muy bien, excelente, correcto. Se llama la se llama Jenny. Chico número 2 se llama Don. Yo soy chico 1, me llamo Blaine. Ginger es chica 1, se llama Ginger. Vivian es chica 2, se llama Vivian. Ginger, describe la situación.
Soy la chica número 1, me llamo Ginger. Vivian es la chica número 2. Hay 2 chicos. Tú eres chico número 1. Te llamas Blaine. Y Don es el otro chico. Is that right?
Perfect, perfect Spanish. It's all perfect. ¿Cómo se llama el otro chico, Ginger?
El otro chico se llama Don.
Correcto, sí. Soy chico 1, me llamo Blaine. Don es chico 2, se llama Don. Tú eres Ginger, te llamas Ginger. Vivian es chica 2, se llama Vivian. Evie, describe la situación. Is that Evie? Is it Jesse? Describe la situación. I see her. I thought it was Evie.
Hay dos chicas. Chica número 1 es Ginger. Chica número 2 es Vivian. Hay dos chicos. Tú eres chico número 1. Te llamas Blaine. El otro chico es, I don't remember his name.
Don.
Don, okay. El otro chico se llama Don.
Celebración. That was perfect Spanish. Now she talked around, you did that perfectly, by the way. And you talked around it at first. You can say is instead of calls herself.
I'm sorry.
And she did it. No, but that's perfect in Spanish. You can do that. You don't have to say she calls herself Ginger. You can say she is Ginger. Both are acceptable. But se llama is so common that this is really good for you to know. Tanya, ready to try it?
So I have a question.
Yes. Question anybody ask on this?
So if you say she is Ginger, you just say soy es no. How do you say she?
Soy es says I am is.
Oh, right.
Soy is I am, es is.
So how would you say she es Ginger? Just she.
Ella, E-L-L-A. Ella
Ella
es Ginger. And if you don't remember ella, say la chica es Ginger.
Right, it's the ella. Thank you very much.
Yeah, ella is the pronoun though that takes
Yeah.
ella es Ginger.
It's so simple. Thank you.
You know what? It just takes practice. You get it better. Tanya, you ready to try it?
Sure.
Okay, let me, un momento. Tanya, yo soy chico 1. Yo soy Blaine, me llamo Blaine. Don es chico 2, se llama Don. Ginger es chica 1, se llama Ginger. Vivian es chica 2, se llama Vivian. Tanya, describe la situación.
Hay 2 chicos. Tú eres chico número 1. Tú te llamas Blaine. Chico número 2 es Don. Te llamas Don. Hay 2 chicas. Chica número 1 se llama Ginger y chica número 2 se llama Vivian.
Celebración, muy bien. Y Tanya, ¿cómo te llamas tú?
Oh, me llama Tonya.
tú te llamas Tania y yo me llamo Blaine. Y Tania, ¿cómo me llamo?
¿Cómo me llamo? Who are you? Is that what you asked?
No, I'm saying, how do I call myself? The me is myself, llamo is I call. ¿Cómo me
Okay.
llamo?
Tú te llamas Blaine.
Celebración, muy bien. Me llamo Blaine. Correcto. Vivian, ¿cómo me llamo yo y cómo te llamas tú?
Te llamas Blaine y me llamo Vivian.
Oh, correcto. Tú te llamas Vivian, me llamo Blaine. ¿Y cómo se llama chica 1 y cómo se llama chico 2, Vivian?
Chico o chica?
Chico 2 y
Chico
chica
dos.
1.
Oh, sorry.
Describe la situación, Vivian.
Okay. Hay dos chicos. Chico número 1 es tú. Tú te llamas Blaine. Chico número 2 se llama Dawn. Hay dos chicas también. Ginger se llama, chica número 1 es Ginger. Se llama Ginger y me llamo, soy chica número 2. Me llamo Vivian.
Good job, Vivian.
All right, good
Oh,
job.
What's going on in there?
Excelente, muy bien. Kim, soy chico 1, me llamo Blaine. Don es chico 2. Chico 2 se llama Don. Ginger es chica 1, se llama Ginger. Y Vivian es chica 2, se llama Vivian. Y tú eres una chica y tú te llamas Kim. Kim, describe la situación.
Tú eres chico 1 y tú te llamas Blaine. Chico 2 se llama Dan. Chica 1 se llama Ginger. Chica 2 se llama Vivian. Soy chica 3 y me llamo Kim.
That was perfect Spanish. Absolutely perfect Spanish. Loved it. Muy bien. Marilyn, you want to try it now? We've got this more complex. You ready to go?
Yeah, sure. Hay dos chicas. Chica número 1 se llama Ginger. Chico número 2 se llama Vivian. Hay dos chicos. Tú te llamas Blaine. Tú eres chico número 1. Chico número 2 es Don. Se llama Don.
Correcto. You guys are so advanced. It just sounds perfect Spanish. It's thrilled to hear you talk that way. Julia, I expanded my, so I can see more people here. Julia, describe la situación.
Okay.
Un momento, Julia. Soy chico 1, me llamo Blaine. Don es chico 2, se llama John. Ginger es chica 1, se llama Ginger. Y Vivian es chica 2, se llama Vivian. Describe la situación.
Hay dos chicos y chico número 1 se llama Ginger y chica número 2 se llama Vivian. Y también hay dos chicos y chico número 1 se llama Blaine y chico número 2 se llama Don.
Correcto. Okay, Julia, imagina. Can you hear that word? Imagine. Imagina que tú no sabes el nombre de chica número 1. Pregúntale cómo se llama.
Chico número 1, ¿qué te llama?
Pero cómo, how do you call yourself instead of, you could say ¿qué es tu nombre? Or how do you call yourself? ¿Cómo te llamas? Either way.
Chico número uno, ¿cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Ginger. ¿Y tú?
Sí, pregúntale, Ginger, pregúntale a Julia cómo se llama también.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Julia.
Oh, excelente. Y Julia, tú no me conoces. Si tú quieres saber mi nombre, pregúntame a mí cómo me llamo.
Sí, ¿cómo te llamas?
Correcto. Soy chico 1 y me llamo Blaine. Y Julia, ¿y cómo te llamas tú, Julia?
Me llamo Julia.
Sí, es un poco interesante porque yo dije, hola, Julia. Yo realmente sé tu nombre, pero yo digo, ¿cómo te llamas, Julia? Es interesante. Pam, describe la situación. Un momento. Soy chico 1, me llamo Blaine. Don es chico 2, se llama Don. Ginger es chica 1, se llama Ginger. Y Vivian es chica 2, se llama Ginger. Describe la situación.
Hay muchas personas.
Sí. Una clase con muchas personas.
Muchas personas. Eras Blaine, eras chico número 3.
No,
uno, perdón.
Come on, Pam.
Oops. Ginger es chico número 1. Chico número Vivian se llama chico número 2 se llama Vivian. I got my girls and boys mixed up. Chico número 2 es Don.
¿Y cómo se llama chico número 2?
¿Cómo se llama chica número 2?
Chico número 2, ¿cómo se llama? Pam.
Chico número 2 se llama Don.
Correcto, sí. Don
Me
es
llamo
chico
Pam.
Sí, tú te llamas Pam. Y Pam, ¿cómo me llamo? ¿Cómo me llamo yo?
Tú te llamas Blaine.
Correcto. ¿Y tú, Pam, cómo te llamas tú?
Me llamo Pam.
Celebración, muy bien, excelente. Soy chico 1, me llamo Blaine. Don es chico 2, se llama John. Ginger es chica 1, se llama Ginger. Vivian es chica 2, se llama Ginger. Shelly, describe la situación.
Hay dos chicos. Tú eres chico 1. Te llamas Blaine. Don es chico número 2. Se llama, no. Chico número 2 se llama Blaine.
No, soy chico 1. Don es chico 2.
Oh, what did I say? I don't remember what I said. Don es chico. Okay. Chico número 2 se llama Don, right?
Celebración.
Okay. Hay también dos chicas. Chica número 1 se llama Ginger y chica número 2 se llama Vivian.
Correcto, muy bien. Karen, describe la situación.
Me llamo Karen. Te llamos Blaine.
¿Y chico 2?
Y chico 2, te llamo, no. Y chico 2, te llamo Don.
Hey is yourself.
But it's not te, yeah.
Yeah, how do you say himself?
Chico 2, eres Don.
Yeah. You can say es Don. Just say es Don.
Okay. All right.
Y chica 1 y chica 2.
Y chica 1 es, se llama, chico 1 se llama
Ginger.
Ginger y chico 2 se llama Vivian.
You know, that was so funny. When you went to the girls, you just said perfect. Se llama. When you're talking about Don, you said, I can't remember how to do this. You just said se llama. You just said it perfectly. It's funny how your brain works on that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, Abby, describe la situación. Estás silenciada. We can't hear you. You're silenciada. There we go.
Hay dos chicos. Chico número uno se llama Blaine. Chico número dos se llama Don. Hay tres chicas. Chica número uno se llama Ginger. Chica número dos se llama Vivian. Chico número tres se llama Kim.
Oh, excelente. Celebración. Now, Evie, if you're talking to me, how would you say you call yourself Blaine?
Two llamas Blaine.
Yeah, the te is yourself. Tu is you, te is yourself. Can you hear the difference of those words? So you can say you, yourself, you call. Tu te llamas, you can say that.
Tu te llamas. Is that right?
Correcto, perfect, perfect. Can you hear what you're saying? You, yourself, you call. You guys, this is such a big lesson because this goes through all the language. They use this. This is so common in Spanish. So you have to understand that myself, yourself, himself. And so it's just why it's so important to get this. Paige, you ready to try it? Yes, Shaylee. What's your question? Pregúntame.
Sorry. So is it what's the right word? Is it more right to say like tu te, or is it okay to just to say te llamas?
There's no right or wrong. You can say it either way.
Okay, thank you.
This it's like yo tengo. You're literally saying I have. You're saying the I twice. Tu te llamas. You're saying that you twice. You're saying it with the S on the llamas, and you're saying with the U on the U. Spanish, that's where they talk. And so but to English speakers, that sounds funny to say the U twice. But that's the way that, just someone else. Oh, I couldn't see Tanya.
One.
Yes.
I saw Carol made a note in the chat, and maybe somebody answered it, but she was saying, when do we use te or say? In te llamas and se llamas.
Now, te is yourself.
Right.
So tu te llamas, it's yourself you call. Now, se means himself or herself.
Okay.
Now, there's one other thing in Spanish, and I don't know if we've told you this. You have a formal you. And the formal you is the same as he, she. So that's why you can say, como se llama, but then you're being formal. And formal is more people you'd not be on a first name basis. And it varies from country to country too. Some countries are just more formal, they're more, and other countries are less formal. And so in some countries, students can call their teachers by tu, informal. Other countries they can't. But you don't really have to. Yes, pregunta, Carol. Yes.
So if I were traveling to Mexico and it was someone I did not know, and I wanted to ask them their name, what would be the culturally appropriate do? Do I just do it informally or formally?
You're always safe to do formal.
That's what I thought.
In he form. And when we do Portuguese, Vivian is in our Portuguese class, we only do the formal. She didn't even teach us the tu. But tu is so common, the informal is more common in Spanish than in Portuguese. So we teach you because your brain needs to learn this tu to be able to talk to friends and to kids and stuff like that.
At the beginning, I put together in my head and my notes, you were using say, and then you use te. Yeah. And I thought, okay, maybe te's for men and say's for women, but it was because te was talking about yourself.
yourself, and se is he, she.
Thank
So
you.
if I tell you about Karen, then I'm not going to use te, which is yourself. I'm not going to use me, which is myself. I'm going to say se, herself. Karen se llama Karen. La chica se llama Karen. That means she calls herself.
And Don,
Se llama. Right.
se llama.
That was so funny. I can't remember who. Oh, I think it was Karen. Karen on the boy, the say didn't come to her. But on the girls, it just se llama, se llama. No. It's just funny how your brain works, you know?
I have a question.
Yes, Jenny.
In the very beginning, when we were going through those questions with me, you had me use tu te llamas. How come you put the S on the end of it for you?
Because that's you call. The llamas with the S is you call. The llama without the S is he or she calls. So if I say Karen calls me, I say Karen me llama. I can say my mom calls me Blaine. Mi mamá me llama Blaine. Mi mamá me llama Blaine, but I call myself Ed. Me llamo Ed.
But if I call you tu te llamas, I'm calling you.
That's saying you call yourself.
No.
The S is you. Like, Jenny, how do you say you have a cat?
Tu tenía el gato.
Put an S on it because it's tu.
Tu tenías.
Tu tenías.
Oh, Albert, they all have an S on them. Duh.
All of them do. When you're saying you, all through the year, we put an S.
Carol, yeah, now I feel they do. Thank you. I knew there was a reason.
Yeah, that's why we have you do this from the very first. We have you talk to me because I'm the teacher, and you're going to say, tú eres Blaine, tú tienes un gato, tú vas a California, tú hablas. That S is always you. You can say it without the S and it's formal. That's what Carol was asking, and that's perfectly fine. But we want your brain to know them both because they're both so commonly used. Okay.
Thank you.
Paige, did you get to
that's
try
why
it?
that we were calling. That's why we were calling everybody like the girl number one is this. We're saying se llama. But when I'm talking to you, then I'm saying tu te llamas, because I'm talking directly to you and not to just talking about people. Gotcha.
That's what we want your brains to sort out. If you're talking to someone, you're gonna say te llamas. If you're talking about someone, it's se llama. Okay, if you're talking about yourself, it's me llamo. Myself, I call. But Carol, how would you say my mom calls me?
Mi mamá. Mi mamá.
Let me throw it to the class. My mom calls me. Does anyone know?
Mi mamá me llama.
Mi mamá me llama.
All I could hear was Kim, and Kim said it perfectly. Mi mamá me llama. You see, the llama is she calls. So that's how you get the she calls. And then you get the me with the word me. Me means myself and me.
And
So
it would be me.
My mom calls me Freddie, but I call myself Blaine. Mi mamá me llama Freddie. Me llamo Blaine. Can you hear the difference? Llama is she calls or he calls. And then
Mi mamá me llama Carol.
Right.
So mi mamá me llama, and it's me llama because she's a she.
The llama has no gender. It's he or she. The llama just means that it's not you and it's not me doing the calling.
Okay.
She's calling or he's calling.
Okay.
And so Karen, when you talk about Don, which you just did, and there's no gender there. That's why the girls, you did it perfectly. The boy, you broke down, but it's the same. because you're saying he
Okay.
or she calls himself. Don se llama.
So he would still be
Vivian
llama.
se llama. Carol se llama. Kim se llama. There's no gender in the calls. And there's
Okay.
no gender in the himself, herself, or yourself. And there's not gender in any of this.
Okay.
Good job. Okay, Paige, I'd like to hear Paige and Yan Lee. And Zane.
Don't forget to have us mute.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's try this before we do Paige. Okay, 30 seconds. Oh, un momento. Yo describo la situación. Soy chico uno, soy Blaine. Don es chico dos, se llama Don. Chico dos se llama John. Hay tres chicas. Chica uno es Ginger y se llama Ginger. Chica dos es Vivian, se llama Vivian. Chica tres es Kim, se llama Kim. Okay, 15 seconds. Go ahead and try it. I just want to go on and I want to hear Paige now. Paige, you ready to go? You want to try it?
Hay dos chicos y dos chicas. Chico número uno es tú. Chico número dos es Don. Chica número uno es Ginger y chica número dos es Vivian.
Celebración, muy bien, correcto. Yan Lee, describe la situación.
Okay. Hay muchas personas, hay tres chicas y dos chicos. Chica número uno es una chica muy interesante. Ella se llamaba Ginger, pero su nombre cambió. Así que ahora todas personas no sabemos su nombre ahora. Y chica número dos es mi amiga. Conozco a chica número dos. Chica número dos se llama Vivian. Vivian es una chica muy interesante también. Ella es una profesora en una escuela y está en Canadá. Ya no está cerca, pero no es un problema para nosotros. Y chica número tres se llama Kim. Kim está en Chicago. Chicago y aquí están cerca. Yo también conozco a Kim. Kim es mi amiga también. Y tú eres Blaine. Tú eres un chico. Tú dijiste que tú eres un chico, pero yo creo que tú no eres un chico. Tú eres un hombre. Porque tú no.
No.
Okay, tú.
No, es correcto.
Pero, okay, pero tú dijiste que no es la verdad, realmente. Tú siempre eres un chico. Ya, tú tienes razón. Okay, tú eres un chico y tú eres chico número uno, muy interesante. Y hay otro chico número dos, se llama Don. Don, yo creo que Don es más joven que tú. Oh, lo siento. Don vive en Minnesota.
Correcto.
Ya, en Minnesota. Yo vivo en South Dakota. South Dakota y Minnesota están muy cerca. Yo quiero conocer Minnesota si no hay COVID. Yeah. Y hay, that's it.
Celebración, muy bien. Oh, talking about my age, hoy, see if you can understand this. Hoy es mi aniversario. Can you hear that in English?
Feliz cumpleaños.
Mi esposa y yo tenemos, do I guess or should I tell you? How many years?
Oh, tell us.
Try and
40.
guess.
50.
50.
48.
Woo,
58.
48.
40.
48, sí. Muchos años.
Congratulations.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Aniversario.
Feliz aniversario.
No es cumpleaños, es aniversario.
Feliz aniversario.
Feliz
Felicidad.
aniversario. Correcto.
I got confused because that's how you say birthday in French, so I thought you were saying happy birthday.
No, it's not. It's not a happy birthday. It's feliz aniversario.
And Blaine is really only 48, right?
Yeah, correcto. Sí. Don and I, we're the same age. Igual. Sí. Okay, just a minute. I didn't hear someone. Oh, Zane. I didn't hear Zane. Zane, describe la situación.
You're really gonna make me follow Jan Lee?
Jan Lee's a superstar. You just gotta do
Somebody
your best.
has to.
Nobody can follow Jan Lee, really.
My notes are like nothing compared to what you just said.
I'll give you the short version. Soy chico uno, me llamo
Like I've
Blaine.
got like the people and the numbers and all that, but all
Try
like
that.
the location and
No,
COVID,
no, you
where
just
it
do
is and
whatever you
isn't.
want.
I was just like, when did this come into play?
Describe la situación.
Hay tres chicas y dos chicos. Chico número uno se llama Blaine y chico número dos es Don, o se llama Don. Las tres chicas es Kim y Vivian y Ginger. Y ella es
¿Cómo se llama chica número uno?
chica número uno es Ginger, chica número dos es Vivian y chica número tres es Kim.
Correcto. Y Zen, ¿cómo me llamo yo? ¿Cómo me llamo?
Tú es Blaine.
Correcto. How would you say you
Y
call
yo
yourself?
es Zane.
Yeah, how would you say I call myself? Or you call yourself?
Yo se llama, I believe.
Se llama says, yo se llama says I, he calls himself. So how would you say I call myself?
Would I just say se llama?
Se llama says himself, he calls.
Me
So
llamo?
say me llamo, right? Yeah.
Yo me llamo.
Right. So you'd say me llamo Blaine. Tú te llamas Zane. Zane, ¿cómo te llamas tú, Zane? ¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Tú?
No,
No,
tú.
yo.
Yo me llamo Blaine. ¿Cómo te llamas tú?
Yo me llamo Zane.
Correcto. Tú te llamas Blaine. Y Zane, ¿cómo se llama chica número uno?
Chica número uno es Ginger.
Yeah. ¿Cómo se llama though? You answered in perfect Spanish, but the question was, how does she call herself? You said she is Ginger. That's perfect.
Oh.
But I want to know, how does she call herself? ¿Cómo se llama?
Ella se llama Ginger.
Obvio, sí, se llama Ginger.
Eso
Y
es obvio.
Zane, ¿cómo se llama chica número dos?
Ella se llama es Vivian.
What does se llama S say?
Calls herself is.
Perfect. Yeah, that's what you said. Calls herself is. Se llama Vivian. Correcto.
Sí.
Y chica número tres es Kim. Chica número tres se llama Kim. ¿Cómo se llama chica número tres, Zane?
Chica número tres se llama Kim.
Correcto. Muy bien. Okay, Brig, you ready to go? You want to try it? I'll help you. Un momento. Soy chico uno. Me llamo Blaine. Don es chico dos. Chico dos se llama Don. Ginger es chica uno. Se llama Ginger. Vivian es chica dos. Se llama Vivian. Brig, describe la situación.
Okay. La chica se llama Ginger. Es
Okay, I forgot how to say number again.
Just say, skip the number. Say, oh, Ginger es chica dos. You can say it that way.
Oh,
Or you
Ginger
can say número dos, either way.
Ginger es número uno.
Correcto. Vivian.
Vivian es dos, and Kim es número tres.
Correcto. ¿Y yo?
Tú eres un
Chico. Brig, soy un chico. No soy un hombre, soy un chico.
Wait, were you talking about me or you?
No, I'm talking about myself.
Oh, tú eres un what?
Chico.
Huh?
Soy un chico.
Soy un chico.
That's perfect. See, when you said that perfectly, you said, I said, soy un chico, and you said, tú eres un chico. You are a boy. That's exactly what you should say. Y Don es chico dos. Y chico dos se llama Don. ¿Correcto? Ok, un momento. Hay una chica, se llama Ginger. Ginger vive. Un momento. Ginger vive en Yellowknife. Clase, ¿dónde está Yellowknife?
Canada.
¿Dónde, Don?
Yellowknife is, what do we say, está in Canada?
Correcto.
Right.
Yellowknife está en Canadá. ¿En el norte de Canadá o el sur de Canadá?
Norte de Canada.
Norte, correcto. NT means Northwest Territories. Y Northwest Territories está en Canadá. Mucho frío en Canadá. Yellowknife está en Canadá. Y Ginger vive en Northwest Territory, vive en Yellowknife. Yanli, describe la situación de Ginger.
Okay. Ginger es un chica número uno y Ginger vivía en Yellowknife. Yellowknife es una ciudad y está en norte de Canadá. Yo no sabía la ciudad de Yellowknife. Yo creo que Yellowknife es una ciudad muy pequeña, pero no es la verdad.
No, es muy, muy pequeña.
¿En serio?
Sí. No hay una ciudad grande en Northwest Territories. I can't remember. I don't think Yellowknife's. I went to the capital and it was 30,000. That was the biggest city in Northwest Territories, but I can't remember. I don't think it was Yellowknife though. I'll have to look it up.
I think it is.
Is it? Is that the capital? I went there then. I gave a workshop 2 hours away. So I flew into the capital. But it was such a small town to be the capital of this state, this big, huge state.
Yeah, it's Yellowknife.
Is it Yellowknife? Okay. I don't even remember. I remember being there and they had a Walmart. And it was just, then I drove to this tiny town that was 2 hours away. They were learning an Indian language.
What month were you there?
Oh, I was in the summer. It was June. It was nice.
It never got dark.
Yeah, well, it's not high enough to have the midnight sun. It was like 11 o'clock, maybe 11 or maybe 11:30 when it got dark. It's kind of like Iceland. It's not, you have to go farther north to get the midnight sun. But I remember at the border, Juneau or Anchorage was maybe a 12-hour drive from either from the border or from Yellowknife. I can't remember, but
12 hours.
it was
wow.
moving to. Oh,
There's
Teresa
still-
Jack. I didn't see her
there's
there.
Yukon territories and then Alaska.
Oh, what's Yukon? What's the capital of Yukon?
Ooh, Is I supposed to know this?
Vivian, what's the capital of Yukon? I bet I went to Yukon then. I bet
Yukon City? I don't know. I can't remember.
I'll look it up. We gotta look it up. Teresa Jack.
Yellowknife has 20,000 people. So it's a ciudad, isn't it?
It's a ciudad, yeah. So I'm telling you wrong in this. I don't have my geography right. It's Yukon that I went to, I bet.
Whitehorse? Did you go to Whitehorse?
Whitehorse is what it is, yeah. That's what it is. That's why I said I didn't think it was Yellowknife. So it's Yukon. Everything I said was about Whitehorse. And Whitehorse, look up the population of Whitehorse. It's about 30,000, 30 to 35,000.
25,000?
Does it say 25?
Yeah. It's the capital of Yukon. Ah, Vivian, it's the capital of Yukon.
All right, okay.
Yeah, it says
So-
36,000 in 2016.
Okay,
Oh.
so I was right then. Good. I know that's probably when I went, 2016. It wasn't that long ago.
So-
Teresa Jack, I didn't have you talk. Teresa, describe la situación. Un momento. Soy chico uno, me llamo Blaine. Don es chico dos, se llama Don. Ginger es chica uno, se llama Ginger. Vivian es chica dos, se llama Vivian. Y Kim es chica tres, se llama Kim. Describe la situación, Teresa Jack.
I mean, I just came in, so I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be describing.
He just said the whole thing.
I just said the whole thing. But if you just
Okay.
got here, I didn't know you just got
I
here.
wasn't prepared. I'm sorry. I just logged in, so
No, if you, I thought you were here lurking in a.
I wasn't lurking.
There's a lot there. This was our whole class to get this. We spent a lot of time on this today. So, anyway, do you
So,
guys have any? Yes, Karen.
Yeah. Okay, in Spanish, like when you're talking Yellowknife and Whitehorse, do they, because it's a name in Spanish, would they still say Yellowknife and Whitehorse? Or would
Yeah,
they say like Blanco Caballo?
You know, no, I just say this geography, and they would too. You know.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I was giving a talk, and so I just got off of that Zoom and jumped onto this one.
Oh, well, good. Well, thanks for coming. Carol, what's your question? Pregunta.
My pregunta es, when you asked me to say what my mom called me or what my mother would call me, and I was supposed to say mi mamá me llama, I stopped because my mom is deceased and I wanted to say my mom used to call me.
Me
Would that
llamaba.
be, that's what I was gonna ask. Would it have been me llamaba?
Sí, correcto. Mi mamá me llamaba, called me. See how your brain goes? That's so good. That is
So I just stopped in the middle of it because I was trying to get it into the past tense.
Abba. That Abba makes it pass.
Sí.
And then you could say llamo for one time. That's just once. Where llamaba, she always called me. Good job, you guys. Boy, that was a lot for your brains tonight. It felt like I could see what you could do, but I felt like Karen, how'd you feel like that? Tell me, Karen, I call myself, you call yourself, and she calls herself in Spanish. How would you say those?
Okay, I call myself would be te llamas.
The te, what's
Or
the te?
That's you. Okay.
Right. But again,
So
I
I
call
call
myself.
me llamo.
Perfect.
Okay.
You call yourself.
Okay, I call myself me llamo. Right. Okay.
Perfect.
And what's the other one?
Then you call yourself.
Okay, so two te llamas.
Perfect. Why did you say llamas, Karen?
Because it's you.
Perfect. That's the perfect answer. You say it,
Okay.
you, to distinguish it from he on from I. I
Okay.
call myself as me llamo. You call yourself te llamas. And how about she calls herself or he calls himself? Don. Chico número dos.
Oh,
Yeah, there we go. I had to say boy
Sam.
number 2 is calls himself Don.
are you still asking me?
Yeah, Karen.
Okay, so chico número dos se llama Don.
Perfect, you guys. Good job. Good job.
Wow.
Okay, so you guys, this self is so common. So, Vivian, how would you say Karen talks to herself in Spanish?
Karen, te habla.
Hablas.
Te hablas.
Say habla. If you say hablas, it's you talk.
Okay. So Karen se habla.
En español, correcto. How would you say, Vivian, how would you say I talk to myself in Portuguese?
Oh, I forget what me hablo.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Me
Wait,
hablo.
Is it hablo or falo?
Yeah, but I wanted to say it. I wanted to say I talk to myself in Portuguese. Me
Oh,
hablo en portugués.
Me hablo en portuguesa. Portuguese.
Portugués, right? Perfect. Lauren, try this. How would you say she talks to me?
Me habla.
Perfect. How do you say I talk to myself?
Me hablo.
How do you say you talk to me?
Me hablas.
Celebración. You guys, that's so advanced. When your brains can do that quickly, that's advanced Spanish to be able to do that. And so it just takes a while to get used to it. Jenny, why don't you try? I talk to myself. How do you say I talk to myself?
Me hablo.
Perfect. How do you say Karen talks to herself?
Karen se hablo. Se habla.
Perfect. There we go. And you're talking to me and say, ask me, Blaine, do you talk to yourself?
Blaine, Blaine, tú te hablo. No, tú te habla. Hablas. That verb conjugation one day will fall into place.
But see, Jenny, you corrected yourself. You know, you could say, oh, no, right. Karen, always in learning language and speaking, you're going to correct yourself all the time.
Carol did a really good job of that this morning, figuring out how it worked. I was impressed. That was amazing. I learned more out of that segment, Carol. That was so cool. Thank you.
Well, that's good to know because my video camera wouldn't work. So I was problem solving. And then my mind gets like stuck on that. And he asked me that question and I froze like a deer in headlights. I think it's these little things that are the most difficult for me. Like how do you say it to somebody or about somebody or
ask somebody.
Yeah, and see, Carol, that's what we're doing in this class.
Right.
We want you to talk to me about me. We want you to talk to me about Ginger, to me about Vivian, to me about yourself. And then Ginger has to talk to me about her. And we want your brain to process that all during our class, every minute of our class. Because that's what fluency is. It's being able to make those changes. And until you can make those changes, you're not fluent. You have to say tienes and tiene and tengo. And that's how we spend our class time. Yes, Jenny, what's your comment?
Well, as I speak in Spanish to people, to Latin people, am I making an utter fool of myself if those verbs are conjugated incorrectly?
They'll just hear errors. You know, they'll, oh, that sounds funny.
But they'll appreciate that you're trying to speak in their language.
Exactly, exactly. You know, when
Okay,
I was in
thank you.
Brazil, they never told me to repeat. They could never not understand me. I
Wow.
could talk and I could talk for an hour and they could understand me every time. And my Portuguese is close to your Spanish. I mean, we're close to the same level. So,
Wow.
you know, it's just a question of making yourself doing it. And you, for your fluency to be any value, you have to control the conversation. If you don't, then you're going to say, I can't do this, you know. So.
You give us hope. Thank you, Blaine. And
Thank you, Blaine.
Thank you for that whole thing you went over today. It's much clearer than it was. Thank you very much.
So important. And then when you see that you can use it with other verbs like talk, or you could say, I look at myself in the mirror, me miro en el espejo. There's so many ways. Once you do it, and you'll see this in reading, you're going to see how common it is. And
I find it confusing when we start saying, like, I can do the me, myself, but when it's like you looking at me or myself, I find that my head is processing it. It doesn't come naturally.
Did you hear Vivian's accent? Her processing.
Yeah.
The
know
dead
she's
giveaway of a Canadian.
Dead
What did I say?
Canadian there.
It's so nice though. Ginger, I want you to turn that sweet baby around so I could see how pretty she is.
So Blaine, can I save myself? Tu tienes buena semana?
Sí, yo tengo una buena semana. Correcto. Celebración.
She's adorable.
Oh, there she is. Hello.
Boy, she is.
Oh.
Bebé. Un bebé.
She's very sweet.
So you're close to where I am. You're in Bellingham?
I am in Bellingham.
Yes. We're having some fabulous weather here right now.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It's
It
so
is.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful.
In my old stomping grounds.
Oh, that's right, Carol.
Yeah.
You're from Seattle. Is that right?
I'm from Seattle, but I moved to Montana in July. Yep. And I went
where
to
in
school
Montana?
and I got my administrative degree in Bellingham.
Oh, did you?
I live in Missoula, Blaine.
Oh. We used to live in Weep, Idaho, which was 3 hours from Missoula by Orofino. So
Yeah.
we could drive over to Missoula. Very interesting. Beautiful part
It
of
snowed
it.
here today.
Where do you live, Kim?
Chicago.
Oh, it snowed. Oh my gosh. Wow.
That was
Well-
just a spring snow. That happened here yesterday, Kim, but it disappeared by 9.
Yeah, ours wasn't much either, but
Still a shock. It's happy hour at my house now.
Blaine, I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
So I'm feeling not very confident about speaking. My comprehension, I feel like, is somewhat high, but I studied French for a long time. So, but my ability to listen to a question and to respond is not where I would like it to be, and I'm getting a little nervous about the test. Is there something I can do to practice? Like, could we, I don't know, like once a week, like post a question that we could be practicing on our own, so we're practicing in the yo form. I'm trying to figure out. I've been talking to my friends who are Spanish speakers, and I'm like, ask me a question, and just trying to get more comfortable with constructing sentences.
I took that test twice. The first time I was novice 4, which was way lower. I didn't expect. I thought I did a lot better than that. And then I took it again, and I was I4. Which was way, way higher than I expected. And I went through, I knew that they would ask about activities. So you've got to have activities so you say, yo juego golf, juego tenis, Or you can talk about I talk. I go to my friend's house and I talk Spanish con ella. Then you could say hablamos mucho español. We talk Spanish. That would be a question. So I just did that in my mind. You know, Elvo para casa de minha amiga y podamos falar. I just did that in my mind, and I got pretty good, pretty quick, you know. And so activities, times of the year, like I had to know summer and winter, and like what you do in the winter maybe, or what you do in the summer. And then I also had to know parts of the house, dormitorio, cocina, baño, and comedor is dining room. But I knew all those too. When the second time, I just did better the second time. But I'd gone through those things in my mind. And that, I think it really helps. Just mentally review. And then also you have to be able to ask questions. We did this in our Portuguese class, asking questions. And so I tried it tonight. And I thought you guys did pretty well, you know. Vivian, did you feel like you could ask questions tonight?
Yeah, it was good. I liked the opportunity to do that. It is a different
mindset. Yeah,
mindset,
you gotta change your brain a little bit. Yeah, I just tried this tonight because of our Portuguese class. And I think they tried it and oh, I know, they had me, Flavia had me do something. And I did the você, put it in the wrong spot. But so now I know that você goes before the verb. Well, I didn't know that before, but I thought I could do fine on questioning. So she had me ask. I just thought it was good. So that's why I tried this tonight.
We talked about it. I think you'd left. We talked about it some more, and Craig said, because he said you guys skip over that slide where it says KI or something in Spanish.
Yeah.
And I said I think we would like to be able to do that because we're not paying that close attention when you're asking us questions. We're just trying to formulate our answers, so the question kind of doesn't stick.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
remember. That was interesting to just watch people tonight ask.
Yeah.
I mean, I did it several times, and
yeah,
you know, it just, but I you know, I'm gonna try some more of that. But in that test, you have to ask. You have to ask the person about activities and things like that. So you'd say, ¿Qué te gusta hacer? O ¿Qué quieres hacer? What do you want to do? What do you like to do? ¿Qué te gusta hacer?
So we haven't really used how to use hacer that much, I don't think.
Hacer is do.
Right, but we haven't really.
Hacer?
Hacer is hacer is do.
Hacer,
Yeah.
hacer, okay.
Do you know that in Portuguese, Vivian?
No, do I?
It's close. It's fazer. V-F-A-Z-E-R. Fazer. That's one I just know well from Portuguese in my brain.
And so Blaine, with some of these practice questions that you've given us, should we be practicing like a certain time, like to answer that question in 30 seconds, or to be able to fill up a minute, or to be able to fill up 2 minutes? Like, should I go with a goal? Just
yeah, I tried both times. I talked to the end.
Okay.
And yet one time they said I was novice, the other time I said intermediate. I don't know. I think that, first of all, on the first time, I took it under my name, and it says Ray homeschool, Blaine Ray teacher, and Blaine Ray student. I think they scored me lower. The second time I didn't use my real name. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't a variable, because it said it's my school and my teacher. I'm the teacher's school and student. And so I took it under a high school friend's name and got I-4. So at least that took that variable out of it, because I did pretty well at first time. To say I was novice, I was really offended. Because I talked to the end. I talked to the end every time.
And that was for your Portuguese test?
Yeah, for my Portuguese test. If I could talk to the end and they're going to say novice is someone that speaks in words, not sentences. If you, and so I did the end every single time. I did. So I just thought it could have been a variable, saying my name, saying I'm the teacher of the class. That might have had an influence on the scoring. I don't know, but it didn't have an influence the second time because I didn't use my name. So, and the difference, in other words, to get novice, they say that should take you 2 years. To get intermediate, it should take you 4 years. I mean, 8 years. So I did 6 years difference in 3 weeks. I mean, it's a tremendous difference.
With a new name.
Yeah, with a new name, yeah. So,
Is this something where pretty much everyone gets asked the same questions, or does the test change depending on how well you answer?
no, it doesn't change. Everybody's going to do the same question, same. There's an A and B version, and I'm just going to have you do this version you did before. So you're going to take the exact same test you took before.
Hey, Blaine, I have a question. How long are the students in this particular class? Because, you know, I've been in a couple of the classes listening and trying to participate. How long have the students been taking Spanish in this particular group?
We're almost at 100 hours.
Okay, okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah, we're over 90 hours now. But you're going to do well on this test. You can't go in there and fake what you don't know. And so you just get in and you'll do well. I know you'll do well. You might not do intermediate 4, but you should be able to, hopefully you can get intermediate low.
I found what has happened as we get better, I think what happens is I feel like I want to communicate more, and then I get stopped because I don't know the language, or I don't know the right words, right?
That's the problem on the test. You can only say what's pretty strong.
Right.
It's got to be pretty strong in your brain to be able to say it. That was my experience.
And I notice there's this subjunctive thing that is like,
Yeah, don't even go there. Don't try that.
it looks horrible, but if you say pienso que or something, then all of a sudden you have to conjugate the verbs differently. Is that true?
But pienso que is not subjunctive. The subjunctive shows doubt. Quiero que gets a new conjugation.
Quiero, I want to do.
I want that you. I want that you talk to me. That shows doubt whether you're going to talk to me or not.
I want something. If I want something, it's not subjunctive.
No.
Okay.
I want to eat. Quiero comer. That's a statement. So on that advanced class, they're just getting, the very best kids are just getting into subjunctive. It shows you got a long ways to go.
Yeah, it was really shocking when I discovered that whole thing.
But even and that's where they are now, sorting out in their brain, just starting it too. I mean, they've got a ways to go to get it. But you guys, you don't realize that this takes years and thousands of hours for most people to do this. You guys are doing this much faster. You're getting at levels of fluency by just the way we're teaching you. It is so much faster than anything out there. So you're going to do fine.
We haven't gone through Sarah and a star much lately. I don't feel like I guess it's there. I feel like it's there for me, but I don't know if I'll stumble on it.
We don't want you to process it. We want you to do it by feel.
Right. Yeah.
If you have to think, rules don't help. It slows you down.
I don't mean the rules. I don't mean the rules. I think I've got that. I just don't know. I might forget estás or.
Yeah, but we used it tonight. We said chica número uno, es ginger,
That's true.
And then we said where she was is Sta and White Horse. Now it should be, that should be White Horse, not Yellowknife. White Horse is closer. I bet that's not that. I bet it's
Yellowknife is in the Northwest Territories, and White Horse is in Yukon.
Yukon, yeah. So what's the difference? Where, oh, Northwest Territories
Is in the middle.
east. Yeah,
Yeah,
there we go.
Yukon's
Yeah.
next to Alaska.
Yeah,
We've
that's,
got our new one called Nunavut.
see, that's where I got mixed up because I was thinking this was next to Alaska, but it's next to Yukon.
Yeah.
So Vivian, are you also in the intermediate class?
No, I
No.
just did a drop by.
Okay.
She came to intermediate and to advanced for 2 weeks she had off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was on spring break, so I asked if I could just sort of hover around.
And it was amazing what she did in that class. I thought she just couldn't, she couldn't speak like they can.
But I could say stuff. Like I was able to say things, but it was like talking, baby talk.
I had her talk all the time and she did fine. It's just that she was very slow and hesitant.
Yeah.
Those kids are fast. They're fluent.
Well,
And-
Blaine, I sent you an email about my friend who is really interested in your method. And you said it was okay if she dropped by on the Wednesday and Thursday class.
Yes.
How would I access those links to get her into those classes?
The easiest way is through Voxer.
Okay.
If she'll connect with me on Voxer, I'll add her to those groups. And then Vivian still gets the stories from those.
Yeah, they're good. And I understand everything. Well, there's usually in each story, there's like a couple of words that I like. Your belly button, I didn't know what that was.
We had a major problem.
Yeah.
Too big of a belly button. So we had to, this was me.
Yeah.
So I had to go to the doctor and get a belly button reduction in the story.
Yeah, their stories are very interesting.
This Yvonne story has just been so funny.
And the book, How to Have a Better Life.
Yeah, how to have a more complete life. Part 1,
More
part
complete
2,
life.
part 3.
Volume 3.
Yeah. It's very entertaining. So
Yeah, you must have fun with those kids. It's nice.
they're just so much fun. The class
Nice thing for a grandfather to do.
it's such an amazing thing. So we're looking forward to in the fall where we're going to charge, and we want you guys to think about the value of the class. And this is all about class size. We can charge $3 an hour if we have 50 or 60, which was kind of like this class. And we can charge $40 an hour if they want class of 4 or 5. We can charge $10 an hour if they want 20 in a class. So personally, I think even in 60, you're going to learn Spanish. And it's so much cheaper.
It is, but I think in this class, half of the people aren't participating.
I
so
know.
It
Yeah.
is more like 20 people or.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. I
Now, when
heard
you say- I'm
I heard
sorry.
from one girl that I camera off in this class, and her complaint, do you want to know her complaint?
Yeah.
It was that too many adults in the class. And like she said, she didn't know who George Clooney was. And so she's in junior high. She's homeschooled junior high, I think. And so she didn't know. That's the way the grandkids were. And so I couldn't use Britney Spears. And they didn't know who Katy Perry was. And so I went to Disney characters, but we did weeks of Katy Perry though, even though they didn't know her. But I thought that was so interesting that that was her complaint. She didn't relate because of the
Adults, yeah.
the adults in the class. Yeah.
I personally like the age range. 'Cause I think the big range just adds more, especially when we're doing the stories and coming up with stuff. I think it just adds more, I don't know, texture or whatever with the different view, I don't know. Some of the kids in this class are amazing.
Those kids are amazing. That Julia Smith and Joelle and those kids, that Isabella. Isabella hasn't been here for a while, but boy, she was good. There, Paige, even Paige, I mean.
It's fun being with kids too. I think it just changes it.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it. I like the wide variety of ages and different stages in life. And, we're all so different. I just think it makes the class more rich. So I've enjoyed it.
So that would be a question. Do you want to sign up for a homogeneous class, age-wise, or a segregated? The Brooklyn, she wants a segregated. She wants to be her own age. Where other people, Julia, I don't think Julia cares. Julia loves the class.
You should ask those girls what they think. And so, and Brig and James.
Brig is another one. Brig is a trooper. Brig is, look at tonight, how he's, it's so hard to get this concept of when you talk to someone, put an S. And when you talk about yourself, say O. When you talk about her, you say A. Brig had that tonight perfectly. It's what happens because that's how we spend this time. You've got to get, every time you open your mouth, you've got to say, are you talking about yourself? And then tonight we added big complexity because we added yourself. I call myself added tremendous complexity to just the idea of I call.
And also asking somebody.
And asking someone.
That added it too, for me.
Added even more complexity. So that's why we didn't really do much storyline tonight. But I felt that was a good class. I felt like just saying what you could do that was good for me.
And then the fact that, like you said, we can use, once we get that, it will be transferable to other verbs. And
you're going to see it all the time. One thing I didn't tell you is that when they sell something, they use the word sells itself. So you'd say, se vende el carro. And that means the car is for sale. But in Spanish, they don't say is for the sale. They say the car sells itself. And if you see, you'll see this sometimes, you'll say, se habla español. And really it means Spanish speaks itself. But we say Spanish is spoken. In a store, you'll see se habla español, se habla inglés. English is spoken here, Spanish is spoken here. But literally they're saying Spanish speaks itself. So that is, we call it passive voice in English. That's done with that self in Spanish.
I see that in Mexico, se vende.
Se vende. It just means the car is for sale. Se vende el carro. La prostituta se vende. The prostitute sells herself or is for sale. So now you know how to say that.
No. I'll remember now.
Información muy importante there. Anyway, good class, you guys. Way to go. Not much of a story to write up, but I'll write it up anyway. So
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't know who's tomorrow. I guess Vaughn's tomorrow. So
yeah. Happy anniversary.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Adios.
Yeah, tell Christy happy anniversary too.
Okay, I'll tell her.